Good day, my name is Gonzal Nicole E. Tabuco. Together with my group mates, we will be presenting to you the topic Module 3, Philippine Popular Culture, Lesson 5, B, Media and Philippine Popular Culture. So for today's lesson, we have two learning outcomes. First, portray how media becomes an important platform for the Philippine pop culture, and second, synthesize the uniqueness of Philippine pop culture. So we all know media plays a crucial role in shaping and reflecting Philippine pop culture. So it serves as a mirror to the socio-cultural dynamics of the country, that's showcasing the everyday lives, traditions, values, and even the issues that we are facing right now. So this media, it helps to also promote and preserving our traditional and contemporary Filipino culture. So media provides platform for music, dance, film, and even literature that reach a wider audience. Also, media influences and transform popular culture by introducing new trends, fashions, and even lifestyle, which this passion or these influences and transformation, it shares public opinion and cultural norms through its content. So every people have different mindsets, so that's their opinion, and what is your opinion, that's yours. Also, Philippine pop culture is a unique blend of indigenous, Asian, Spanish, and American influences, which nag-create siya distinct cultural identity to each and everyone sa tuwa diri sa Philippines. Not just sa Philippines lang jud siya, it is a diverse culture. Also, we have rich traditions, folklores, myth, legends nga often gina-adapt sa mga TV films, TV shows, and even comics nga kanang dako kayog role ang media para ani. So we will be dealing with the examples of this media and Philippine pop culture that will be reported by the next reporter. Thank you.
Here are some examples of media and their impact on Philippine popular culture. First is television. Filipino TV series, locally known as teleseries, are a significant part of Philippine popular culture. Shows like Pangako Sa'yo in 2000, featuring the iconic love story of characters portrayed by Jericho Rosales and Christine Hermosa, captured the hearts of viewers with its melodrama and romantic plotlines.
Diba?
Opo, para mas maintindihan ho niya ang kalagayan ng mga trabahanteng katulad namin.
Dahil ikaw ang magtuturo sa akin ng gawaing bukid.
Ho?
Bakit? May problema ka?
Teleseries often reflect Filipino values, family dynamics, and societal challenges, contributing to shared cultural experiences and influencing fashion trends and dialogues. Second is music. Original Filipino music, or OPM, plays a crucial role in Philippine popular culture, showcasing Filipino talent and creativity across various genres. Artists like Eraserheads, known for their alternative rock hits in the 1990s, such as Ang Huling Il Bimbo, became cultural icons, influencing a generation with their music and lyrics that resonate with Filipino experiences. OPM continues to evolve, incorporating diverse influences while remaining a source of national pride and identity.
Lahat ng pangarap ko'y bigla lang natunaw. Sa panaginip na lang pala kita maisasaya.
third is sports. Basketball holds a special place in Philippine sports culture, with the Philippine Basketball Association or PBA as the premier professional league. Basketball star like Jimmy Alapag is revered national figures inspiring generations of Filipino athletes and fans. The sport's popularity transcends age, gender, and socioeconomic backgrounds, fostering a sense of unity and pride among Filipinos both locally and abroad. Fourth is the festivals and celebrations. Philippine festivals are vibrant expressions of cultural heritage and community spirit. Events like the Sinulog Festival in Cebu, known for its colorful street parades and religious processions honoring the Santo Niño, attract millions of visitors annually. These festivals celebrate local traditions, music, dance, and cuisine, providing opportunities for cultural exchange and promoting tourism across the country. Fifth is the social media. Social media platforms have revolutionized communication and interaction in Philippine popular culture. Influencers and content creators on platforms like Instagram and TikTok shape trends in fashion, beauty, food, and lifestyle. They engage audiences through sponsored posts, product reviews, and interactive content, influencing consumer behavior and brand preferences. Social media also serves as a platform for cultural exchange, activism, and digital storytelling, amplifying voices and connecting communities in new and impactful ways.
Before delving into the importance of the social media in the Philippine popular culture, let us first explore a perspective that will benefit the future exploration of the topic, and that is agenda setting theory. Introduced by the professors Manuel McCombs and Donald Shaw in 1972, agenda setting theory posits that the media has the power to influence what people think about by determining the topics that receives the most attention. It doesn't tell people what to think, but rather what to think about. The agenda setting theory has two core assumptions. First, media controls reality.
The mainstream media does not report the reality. It only acts as a filter, allowing some aspect of the reality to reach their audience while blocking others. Second, media gives topic importance. The more the media reports on a certain issue, the more likely is the public to perceive that particular issue as being of greater importance than the others. A common example of this theory is the text formatting of the newspaper. The supposed vital news are commonly found on the front page with bold and huge headlines. Other news that aren't deemed as important can be found on the later pages with text fonts smaller than the ones found on the front. Now let's proceed to the 3 stages in setting the agenda. First, media decides. Second, you pay attention. And third, youth share and talk. For example, you keep seeing something in the social media that eventually became the center topic with your friends and with your family. That is the media setting the agenda. Simply put, the theory proposes that the media influences people to focus its attention on something under a certain agenda. This means that the media can influence people to think that something big or important is going on even when there is not. It can emphasize something that may otherwise be overlooked without a hype.
Okay, let's move on how agenda setting theory relevant to the role of media in Philippine popular culture. So, according to Lambera, popular culture and the rise of technologies like the television and the radio soon deteriorated the notion of art and made it appear that it is consumable and a commodity. What he meant by this statement was the quality of art forms have become of lesser quality in order to cater to the consumer's taste. Contents are now produced for the sake of what sells. The agenda setting theory is a concept in the media studies that suggests that the media has the power to influence the public agenda, which refers to the issues and topics that people consider most important. According to this theory, the media does not simply reflect the public agenda but actively shapes it by deciding which issues to cover and how to cover them. So, in the context of Philippine popular culture, the agenda setting theory is relevant because the media plays a significant role in shaping public opinion and influencing the issues that people consider most important. The media, through its coverage of events, issues, and topics, can bring certain issues to the forefront of public consciousness while simultaneously relegating others to the background. For example, if a media outlet devotes extensive coverage to a particular political issue, it can influence public opinion and make that issue more salient or noticeable in the minds of the public. On the other hand, if a media does not cover a particular issue, it can make it less visible and less important in the public's mind. The agenda setting theory is particularly relevant in the Philippines, where the media has a significant influence on public opinion and political discourse. The country has a vibrant and diverse media landscape with numerous television networks, radio stations, and print media outlets that have the power to shape public opinion and influence the issues that people consider most important. Take the rise of infotainment as an example also. A Yahoo Nelson survey from 2013 concluded that infotainment content are what was most sought out in the Philippines. In an essay, Garchitorina explained that this meant a lot of irrelevant news we see on the television or internet that can be dismissed as a fad but were given the limelight to amuse people and people seem to buy it. Looking at it in other way, this could also mean that people consume news not entirely for the information but for mostly for the entertainment as well.
How is this theory of agenda setting relevant to the role of media in the Philippine popular culture? We all know that the media can influence people in terms of how they think or react. In the past years, we've experienced lockdown due to the COVID-19 pandemic. The government, especially the Department of Health, plays an important role in informing people of what is happening to our country through the media. We highly rely on the data and information that we saw on the internet and television, or even we hear on the radio. One mistake will cause misinformation that can lead to confusion. An example of this is the statement of Secretary Duque regarding the cases of COVID-19. On his original statement, he said that the data are successfully flattening the curve, but people are not satisfied with that information because data won't lie and people saw that cases are increasing rather than curving. This statement leads people to misinformation and confusion, and it influences how the way they react to the issue. But sooner, he clarifies and admitted that he made a mistake over plotting the curve and said that what he meant is that the curve was bent. So after the incident, the Facebook page called Explain posted the photo that was attached to a news article detailing Health Secretary Duque clarification. Although the full article contained a clear coverage of the news, the headline itself garnered the attention of thousands of people for its parody of the song Just Give Me a Reason by Pink, earning more than 14,000 shares. While it sparked an intellectual discussion in the comment section, it also ignited a plethora of jokes and amused remarks, shying away from the important information and highlighting the comedy behind the headline. So the sole purpose of the headline is to address the misinformation of the statement of Secretary Duque, but their agenda is to inform the people. So in order to achieve that, they made a parody of the song, Just Give Me a Reason by Pink, since it has rhymed with the statement of Secretary Duque. It successfully caught the attention of the citizens and it became famous, highlighting its comedy, and because of that, people got informed. And that is how agenda setting theory relevant to the role of media in the Philippine popular culture because it influences how people react and think of a social or certain issues.
And now, let us go back to Lumbera's statements regarding the deterioration of art into a commodity and examine the economic aspect of popular culture and media. And we have here cross-promotions, which can be defined as the promotion of an advertisement in a very subtle way inside another program or the like. It is the strategic placement of an advertisement for one product or service within the context of another program or media. But unlike a traditional ad, it's all about subtlety, which can lead to a more positive brand association and a higher chance of influencing purchasing decisions. But it's important to be aware of the potential downsides of subtle endorsements within art forms. Cross-promotion happens a lot in Filipino films, and one of the examples of this is The House of Us. In the movie, Daniel Padilla's character Primo tries to sell Catherine Bernardo's character George some soap and lipstick. While the scene made sense as Primo was in between jobs and has resorted to a networking scheme of buying and selling to earn money, the scene was written with intent to highlight a specific brand. And the said brand even appears in the acknowledgement section of the ending credits. Although, the introduction of the product coincided seamlessly with the story. It was a form of cross-promotion. Nonetheless, the film could have done away without the endorsement and spent the precious seconds more into the plot instead. The subtle endorsement within art forms was criticized by Lumbera. He saw it as a form of vulgarization of art, tainting what could have been purely an art form into something commercial, and it cheapens or diminishes the artistic value. And art should be primarily about creative expression, and subtle endorsements can shift focus from artistic merit to promoting products or services. Additionally, they can be manipulative, affecting the audience's trust in art and potentially compromising its integrity.
Kapag naalala ka, wala naman kung magawa.
When we look at it, the media can influence Filipino popular culture in many subtle ways that we may not realize. When TV channels started airing Mexican telenovelas with all their melodramatic plots and cliches, Filipino teleseries took notes. The same formula can be seen in mainstream TV series today. Although portrayed through the lens of Filipino reality, the teleserye Ruby had its own Filipino remake starring Marimar and Rosalinda. There was even a time when Filipino local children put flowers on their ears to imitate Rosalinda's iconic look. This is often traced to the two countries' shared history and culture. Both were colonized by Spain and both are affected today by the neo-colonial regime of the United States. This makes for a lot of cultural similarities, widespread Roman Catholicism, Spanish names, dishes like adobo and lechon. But the effects of colonialism go deeper. One of these deeper effects is economic status. Spanish colonizers extracted resources from both countries, and the United States has continued the legacy by exploiting Mexican and Filipino workers for cheap labor. Poverty in both countries is widespread, but until recently, depictions of poverty were not common on Filipino television. Meanwhile, Marimar was unafraid to show it. It's different from our soap operas. She has the same problems we do. It shows the discrimination against poor people. Next came Taiwanese and Korean dramas, collectively known as Asian novels. These paved the way for Filipinos to enthusiastically embrace their culture. It also gave me a chance to appreciate South Korean music, food, beauty, and even the language in a whole new way. You can bet a lot of people know what saranghae means. Why K-dramas though? Some Filipinos find people with clear skin and glowing complexion very attractive. This stems from Asians' obsession with skin whitening. The brighter complexion, the more they worship you. Korean actors have the most glowing skins on TV. No wonder why some Filipinos are fond of watching their favorite Korean actors simply because they love their complexion. Cute love story plus Korean actors with bright complexion? That's a real heaven for K-drama fans. The internet and social media have allowed these elements to spread comfortably. Asian and Western series can be easily enjoyed on streaming sites like Netflix. Social media advertising has become the norm, and the public similarly has the opportunity to give quite quick feedback. This method of advertising is also applied to music, food, and many other products. In short, the media was a defining factor in the cultural landscape of the Philippines because it could shape identity, promote cultural exchange, educate, economic, and social impacts.
Marimar, costeñita soy, con mis abuelos crecí yo, en un lindo y cálido mar, que todito me dio, cuando al amor me llevó. Marimar, costeñita soy, cuando lo quise yo.
You make it rock hard. Make a wish, babe. What you wanna do? Dipping out of big cities like a pontoon. It's a fast life, it's an attitude. Put it on a calendar, tell me when to come through. Yes, yes, I can spend it. Yes, yes, no pretending tight dress. Elvis and until oh shit. Lisa rapping, been on a mission, but they call me catch and kill.
안녕, 나는 찰리미입니다. And I will be the one who will going to discuss the popular foods in the country of South Korea. So to start with, are you familiar in Fire Noodle Challenge? So this Fire Noodle Challenge arises its popularity in the country of South Korea. And a lot of people in different countries tried this challenge. Even here in the Philippines, a lot of us sees a lot of spicy noodles in 7-Eleven, convenience stores, and many more. Due to its popularity in the country of South Korea, and it spreads out in different countries, the popularity of the country of South Korea became so massive to the point that it helps the economy of the country itself, because a lot of Korean spicy food got exported in its country. I can give you a lot of facts about Korean hot noodles. So, the Korean food is well known for the spicy and tangy flavors that come from preservation and fermentation. And also, did you know that it was around 1960s and not long after the 1950 to 1953 Korean War when Koreans started to consume spicier chili peppers. Let's not forget the fact that aside from Korean hot noodles, the South Korea country also have a lot of famous foods. First, they have the ginseng chicken soup, the spicy cold noodle, a Korean fried chicken, and a samgyeopsal. So, a lot of us have already heard about the samgyeopsal, especially that it is so famous here in the Philippines. Next is the jjajangmyeon. Next is the Korean stew, bulgogi, red rice cakes or the tteokbokki, bibimbap, and kimchi. So additionally, there are non-spicy Korean dishes that everyone can enjoy. So here are the positive impacts. First is the wealth economy in the country. The Korean economy gets wealthier and wealthier the way they export their products and the way it is popular. And the second one is the health benefits of it. So the Korean food also came from the traditional foods itself, and it was already studied that the food have a lot of health benefits such as that respiratory diseases and protects against viral diseases. The next one is the negative impacts. Let's get into the straight point that the Filipino dishes gets shadowed because a lot of Filipino citizens gets overwhelmed by the Korean food and they forget on how to cook a lot of Filipino dishes such as adobo and many more. Next one is the Filipino finances gets involved, which is very true because as what I've seen in the TikTok or YouTube, there are a lot of Filipino who tries mukbang in Korean food. Okay, so the last one is the values, which is be proud. It is only a 2 lines that a Filipino must acquire, that the values that we get from the Korean, we must actually adapt it in ourselves and in our country, that we must promote our foods so that it can be well more known and also we can enhance our Filipino identity.
The agenda setting theory. The agenda setting theory proposes that the media can influence people into focusing onto something as if it were of utmost importance. This phenomena usually happens in politics and in media itself. It causes people to think about certain issues and thus can mold public opinion. For example, Medina's grammatical errors during the press conference was criticized, but the issue blew up because everyone was credibly policing her grammar. Many jump onto social media hate train due to mere bandwagon, although the question and answer portion was an important part of the pageant. Winning the crown did not solely depend on it. However, her minute mishap was given too much attention, garnering thousands of unnecessary shares and unkind comments online. Another example is misquoting in social media. For example, on July 20, 2020, where the Philippines was still in the midst of fighting COVID-19, Rappler entitled their article "Chet, we're ready to open classes this August," which quoted without giving full context behind the statement. Several people believe and state their devastation in social media. The online comments bashed Chad and the government for allowing students to physically go to school and accusing the government of being insensitive and uncaring for the health and safety of students. Social media, according to agenda-setting theory, can be used to empower its users. Proliferation of popular culture while creating commercialized world, shape social discourse. Media tell us how and what to think about it. Whoever holds the economic power may hold political power as well. We are surrounded by media. That's why media has the power to influence individuals' beliefs, attitudes, and behaviors. The information we gather around creates common knowledge of a norm and enhances social coordination as individuals more readily accept the information if they believe others have also accepted it. That's why we have to be a media literate, knowing that agenda setting theory is strongly existing nowadays.